What you are looking at right now are live images of the Galleria in Hoover, where we have heard unconfirmed reports right now of possible shots fired. And as you can see, there is a large police and emergency presence. Our own Jennifer Gonsolin is on the way right now. These reports literally coming to us here within the last 10 minutes. Of course, right now, one of the busiest shopping days in the entire calendar going on across the country. 2 injured, 1 dead in the shooting at the Hoover Galleria. Police are expected to be on the scene for quite a while as they continue their investigation. Everyone's thoughts, I suspect, right now are with a 12-year-old girl who, according to authorities, was struck in that gunfire. We do not know the condition of that girl. She is right now at Children's Hospital.
After that shooting, they've been trying to get everybody out. They have not yet gotten everyone out. We understand that people were hiding inside bathrooms. They say people had been hiding underneath clothes, piles of clothes and clothes racks. So, you know, it's a very scary situation here for a lot of people.
I've had many reports of people with loved ones that were hiding in bathrooms in various stores in the mall. Some bathrooms that were near the food court, people were sheltering in place. And we're not getting any official information, as we don't know at this point if the mall is secure. And that's the question people are asking me. I've got my loved ones on the phone. They're in a bathroom. Can they come out? And I honestly don't have an answer for them. Our youngest son was in the mall at the time, and he was on the phone with us earlier. And he said they were sprinting. And a lot of people, as they were sprinting out, they were injured in the panic that ensued after these shots were fired. And our son was very upset, needless to say, and he got out safely, and he was in the parking deck, and there's a big jam trying to get out of the parking deck.
What scared us to death, and what made us honestly think that, you know, we were potentially about to be shot, is when they came out of a parking deck exit right by Von Mar, and they turned back around right as they left, and then they started sprinting and screaming in shock. It looked like they had just seen someone be shot, and that was like, as I said, when we really, you know, were horrified, and that was when the adrenaline kicked in.
As you look at this right here, James, and you see it appears to be, it is a person on that stretcher right there being taken in, being put into that ambulance. We don't know yet whether or not those injuries, again, are related to what we've been told are reports of a shooter, or whether or not this is, again, an injury that resulted as a result of the chaos that is being described to us that happened after those gunshots, or what sounded like gunshots, were heard, and people were literally running for what they thought might be their lives.
That is where we are waiting for Hoover Police to come and just let us know exactly what has happened. I can tell you, I heard earlier James mentioning the fact that Hoover Police responded pretty well, and I have to say, being here on the scene, I originally thought they were just in one area of the mall. They had actually scattered throughout the perimeter of the mall, each part of the parking lot, each entrance.
We know at this point is we had 2 individuals. We believe that they're both adults. We know one was 18 years old, got into a physical confrontation somewhere near Foot Action in the common area between Foot Action and JCPenney's. We know that there was at least one of those individuals exchanged gunfire with the other. That individual was struck. He is 18 years old. He has been transported to UAB Hospital. He has at least 1 gunshot wound. We believe he is in serious condition.
You're watching Good Morning Alabama on ABC 3340.
Everyone was just yelling to run.
Our youngest son was in the mall at the time.
We heard some, you know, really, you know, disturbing screams from people who had obviously seen something, and they were sprinting. It seemed like they were running for their lives.
And I just heard a couple of shots. Then afterwards, I just saw this avalanche full of people.
And I looked behind me, and she was gone.
Screaming, running, and looking for folks. Screaming, running, and looking for folks. I saw some folks hiding.
And everybody screamed and freaked out. They pushed us in supply closets in Mountain High.
I called my mom, and I just told her, I was like, look, there's nowhere for us to go. Everybody's hiding underneath clothes.
It was very tense. It was silent. Total fear, confusion, everything.
1 person is dead and 2 are injured after gunfire at the River Chase Galleria late Thanksgiving night. It was supposed to be a fun night for families to kick off the holiday season, but instead it was a scene of chaos and terror while those shots rang out.
ABC 3340's Alex Durrence joins us live at the Galleria. Alex, what can you tell us about this investigation?
Ariel and Sarah, good morning to you. The doors at the Galleria have reopened. Cars are slowly starting to make their way into the parking lot.
It definitely scared us. We were concerned. We just had no idea what was happening.
That news hit close to home here at ABC 3340.
Chief Meteorologist James Spann's son, he was inside of the mall when that shooting happened.
He sat down with our own Stephen Quinn to describe what it was like inside when those shots went off.
Black Friday turned to chaos as the gunshots rain out.
Before we knew it, just an entire wave of people. I mean, full sprints. I'd never seen anything like it. Everyone was just yelling to run.
Ryan Spann wasn't sure what happened, but he knew he had to move.
We have been stuck here for, about 20 minutes now, barely moved at all, and we've just been watching, squad car after squad car come in. I mean, it's incredible, the police presence that's here right now.
Spann spoke live on air with his father soon after he made it to safety. We now know Hoover police shot and killed the suspected gunman. The other teenager in the fight also shot but alive. Meanwhile, a 12-year-old girl also injured and in the hospital.
You're running for your life. You can't think about any of that. I mean, it was purely after the fact.
Spann described the one moment he was truly afraid.
We were running out of the building, and we had to go back around and go towards where the shooter actually was, because that's where we parked. And we were running right by one of the parking decks by Von Mar, and a group of girls came out, and they looked back towards the door, which was opening, and they started shrieking and, screaming in agony. And I thought the guy was going to walk out right there, and I was going to get shot.
It appears all is quiet this morning, but it was a different scene last night while people were shopping during the Black Friday deals.
We continue our live team coverage right now.
Alex Durenz is live at the scene of the shooting at the mall.
And Stephen Quinn is live at Children's of Alabama, where the 12-year-old shot is currently undergoing treatment. But first, let's begin again with Alex Durenz. And Alex, we understand police are still on the scene there this morning.
ABC 3340 News at 5.
I just want everybody to understand this, that Thanksgiving will never be the same for me, because that's the last time I saw my son.
Today, family members gather at a press conference to share grief over a fallen son and the lingering questions surrounding his death.
Within the last hour, Hoover police officers released a statement to ABC 3340 saying they believe at least one gunman is still at large. They're also saying the 21-year-old who was shot and killed last night by police officers likely did not fire the shots that struck the 18-year-old victim. Investigators still believe he was involved in the altercation last night that did lead to shots being fired. In the end, an 18-year-old and a 12-year-old were shot. The 12-year-old was an innocent bystander. Both are in the hospital tonight. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office was handling the officer-involved shooting, but because a witness is a relative of the newly elected sheriff, they've asked the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency to now take over. The 18-year-old victim is in serious condition at last check. The 12-year-old girl is at Children's of Alabama. ABC 3340's Jennifer Gonsolin is at that hospital for us right now. Jennifer, you've been working all afternoon to get an update on the girl.
That's right, Chris. In fact, we've been here at Children's Hospital for most of the day. We've also been checking in with the mom on social media. She's been posting regularly updates on her daughter. Last night, of course, she began doing that last night. And the hope and the prayer at that time, Chris, was that there would be no damage to the child's spine. According to the mom, this morning, a CT scan showed that there was a fracture there to the rib, but no damage to the spine. And of course, that's an answered prayer.
Shoppers filled the River Chase Galleria Mall today. They returned in droves hours after a Thanksgiving night shooting ended with police officers killing Emantic Fitzgerald Bradford Jr. of Hueytown. Hoover's police chief, I should say, says he had just shot someone else, and a child was also hit by a stray bullet. ABC 3340 News is working for you with team coverage. The latest here, a 12-year-old bystander is in the hospital in stable condition. Minutes ago, the investigation was transferred to Aaliyah from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office because of a potential conflict. And right now, ABC 3340's Lauren Walsh talks with shoppers about their safety concerns.
Shoppers filled the Galleria today to try to snag some of those Black Friday savings. But along with all of the deals, so was an increased police presence.